live event is over. All right, let me go back. Let me go to this one.
We all.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Sohigho Gas Company. We here at the Wreckroom Studio with D-Selecta, the tech wrecker, on the board,
Yes, sir.
and
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 my
we got
camera doing something crazy up here too.
yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties getting on today, but we definitely got a celebrity up in the house today. Um, the one and only um, Ray Stokes is up in this month from Hustle for Life.
What's going
It's
on? What's going on?
our pleasure. And due to time restraints, here on the Ohio Gas Company, we like to talk about cultivation, legalization, and information on the cannabis plant. But we also like to get our nice little interviews in, and this is a special one. And I like bringing these guys on, particularly from my generation, around my peer group, dudes that's been real true to the game and putting it down and giving them their little flowers here, because this man right here, when you talk about like hustling, he should be. I mean, it is cool that his company name. I'm gonna tell you how far I go back up with him. I'm gonna sneak this one on him. Like I got it from way back. See, I got like throwback for him. I told him I had this shirt out for a long time ago, but I'm not just a fan. I'm a customer, big bro, for sure. I got pieces, and I rock that along with the thieveland gear all of the time, especially when I'm going out of town. I do save my pieces for when I go out and I flex all up in Detroit with them on, because they ain't got that, but it do get jocked. So definitely my man Ray Stokes up in the house tonight, man. My pleasure, man. We can start right there, man. Like, where did Hustle for Life come from, man? Like, where did that come at?
It was basically at first I didn't really take it as serious because at the same time, I was hustling like other things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it just started to just grow. And I was inspired actually by y'all, by Thieveland,
That's so
the Scribe
funny.
Tribe.
Yep.
When I used to, see y'all get busy, printing shirts, and I used to sit back thinking like, man, you can make money like this, just selling shirts, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because before a nigga knew that, nigga just knew only way you hustle with
On the
drug money.
streets, yep. And I will say, just a little sidebar, that's a true story. Out of all of the people, like we was joking right before we started, I was like, man, who you listen to? He's like, man, I listen to a lot of people. And it is true. When information was around him, I've been around him plenty. You might not think he listening, but he be penning game. And it is a respect that when you say something to some people, they don't believe you or they don't take it up. But any advice or any conversation you ever had with me, it wasn't like you just wanted to hear me talk. You was hearing to see what I had to say and if you could use it. And some of those things, you listen, so I'll never mind. And when he say hustle, he kind of minimizing that, because part of his personality is like that. He is a real hustler like that. Like, I mean, like, he could get to it. I don't know. I like that because I got a little bit of that in myself, and I respect that
I watched
in you.
y'all, man.
Yeah, I respect that in you, because I'm telling you why he a hustler. Don't get into a negotiation with him. Just pay the price he asked you for, and it's just like easier on you. It's a fair price. The real thing is, he's gonna cut you down to his dollar, and that's where he's gonna be at. And I just say it.
And it just evolved, and the thing about it is, I was trying to find a way to get out of the game, or get out of, or what we look at as situations that's not going to be better for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only two places, dead or in jail. So I say, well, I love fashion. So I said, and watching them, I said, man, let me start a clothing line. And I came up with Hustler for Life is because it's like, ever since I was young, I was selling all kind of stuff. So it was like from candy in school to clothes off my back to my old shoes. I was just like always with it. And then when you learn a legal trade of hustling, all it did was just sharpen you on other aspects of hustling. And so I just combined all that and was like, man, I'm gonna call it hustle for life, cause that's what I'm gonna do forever. So that's when I started it, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because the money don't come as fast as that street money.
No, that's
So
a reality.
and when I started when it was phone books and pay phones.
Mm.
So
True story.
So, and then around that time, besides Big Bro right here, a lot of niggas didn't want to give you the information on how to get started because a lot of them see you as competition and all that old bullshit. So,
yeah,
I took in, when I attached myself to people that was doing it, and I'm watching their business prosper, you know what I'm saying? And then you learn the ups and downs when you sit back and watch. You know what I mean? Because I went through the ups and downs. Like,
that's true.
This shit ain't a luxury.
That is true, cause we got the highest niggas on the planet crew. Shout out to my niggas. And inside my crew, he fucked with Sparks probably the most from back in the day. I think Sparks was his little guy. Like they had a
shout out to Sparks, my nigga.
And when I say just because of Sparks, if y'all knew who Sparks was, it's sort of like, listen, man, they like to be beeline to get into it, and I mean that. When I mean that in the most respectful, positive way. When I say they make a beeline to get into it from point A to point B to getting that money, they don't fuck around. It's just in their nature, bro. I don't even fuck what's going on. That fucking steering wheel will be turned on your ass in like 28 seconds. Like, hold on, my dude. they just sort of like that, been like that, and then when you apply that to just the name Hustle for Life, and then when you start getting after it and your marketing campaign, I mean the NFL logo at the time, this one right here was like the shit. I just thought that shit was so slick at the time. It was Chanel. It was like really like if y'all can't see this on camera, it was high. And this is dated too. Well, I'm gonna say this has got to be like how many? It's some years old too. Mm-hmm. And this was like one of the first ones ever. But it was high end back then, and he already had a vision for it. Now I want to know: was you working at Jack Prince before you got this started, or after?
I want to say after.
After, yeah. So then he sharpened his skill by letting somebody train him in the professional house and seeing out what the back door to hooking all the doing the processes and really like learning all of that. That's another question. Like, I know you like a company by yourself, but where do your styling come from for that? You always, I'm keeping a buck with you. He always been fashionable in Cleveland. He always carried himself with a certain style, even from way back when, because I don't know if we're going to get to it on this show. Deuce accomplished lyricist, hip-hop artist in Cleveland also. But where did your styling come from for, like, Hustle for Life? Like, over the years, how's that evolved?
I mean, just really, just being part of the hip-hop culture. Like, because my choice of fashion is inspired from the culture. I'm a student of hip hop, so I'm studying everything from the artwork to lyricism to shit. Back in them days, dance moves and of course fashion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. When I seen Run DMC wear the Adidases with no shoestrings, it was a rap after that. You know what I'm saying? It was a rap.
That's so real. I like the hip hop styling of that, and I be liking your colorways all the time, and you keep it fresh. And another thing people don't, if y'all don't know, and ladies specifically, he really catered to you ladies also. And I always looked in the t-shirt game. We always had at least a few offerings. If you don't know, for Thieveland, any cut of our shirt, we got lady cuts all day long because lady don't fit like a man's shirt, and ladies don't want to, some of them do, if that's your body shape or whatever, but we get to it. And I respect you for that. So what made you like really like concentrate on the ladies line too?
Because I mean, let's just be honest, women spend more money. Women are the highest consumers of everything. You know what I mean? So, and then when you tap into the women, the fellas gonna follow. It's kind of like it's kind of like when you do music, you play them hit, you make them hit records for the ladies to like, and then the dudes gonna play it for the lady they like.
Right.
So I keep that same blueprint when I'm making my fashion for the ladies or whatever, because once they tap into it, they dudes gonna want to see them in that shit. So that's what it is.
That is true. I be looking at you like you all around. Like where when you like, I mean, it seems like you be table banging all over the place in Paul. Like he set up a table at more events, and you really hit the streets. Like, are you selecting certain crowds, or that's where you welcome at, or you just like breaking in new markets when you on social media? I see you like everywhere these days.
Honestly, it's just I just take risks and network, and then everything just move organically. Because sometimes I just see I could walk in a room and just can read the room like I know I can see potential customers in here. So once I see that, then boom, then that's when the network starts talking. I start talking and networking and pulling somebody to the side, pulling shorty to the side,
Yeah.
saying whatever just to get them interested.
Yeah.
Shooting my shot is what one may say. So
Yeah.
and that's really how the ball get rolling. And then once they see you moving from one spot, then they say, well, I was here. And sometimes you welcome. Sometimes they open the door for you in life. Sometimes you just gotta break in that motherfucker.
Man, I know we sitting here talking about I know we talking about your after you take this next hit or two, I think you got some you brung a couple pieces from the line in. I know you got the main logo, the logo you got on right now, the Hustle for Life. That's the main logo right there. This one?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I got the OG.
That's the baby right there.
That's the original piece right there.
Yeah, that's the baby right there.
This is man, now I'm feeling like, man, listen, one day $100,000, bitches. That's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna be on StockX. 100,000. Hey, if y'all really want to know, I got two of them too. So 50,000, and I keep one myself. But it's like that. But yeah, break out a couple of the pieces,
Okay.
some of the samples you bring in for us to see what you got with that.
All right, so
I love
only
it
had
too.
a few pieces on me, just short notice.
Look at that. We got in the bags.
The bags, you're gonna get good quality. We
Yup.
make sure of that. And this right here is just one of my skull caps with the
Hell
logo. One of the logos or whatever.
And just so y'all, if y'all can't see us real good, that is deep. When I say it's like almost 3D-ish effect because it's high quality embroidery on there. When I say my man know what stitch counted in and been in the business long enough, because he ain't lying when he say he been in fashion for a while.
So
It's all high quality.
And speaking of ladies, I also got just some of the things, because you go on my page and you see what else kind of stuff. I mean, from jackets, swimsuits.
Tell them your page you on. So they'll know.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, my Instagram is Hustler for Life International. You would know you on my page because you're gonna see that logo that he just showed you. So you know what I mean?
That one up there for y'all right there.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Now this right here is just a sample. This like a woman's crop top, hooded sweatshirt.
Oh yeah.
And then sometimes I put inspirational quotes
Right.
on my product. And basically, a vision along with ambition motivates the will to keep hustling.
Ooh.
So you know what I'm saying? So you not only wearing something that's fashionable, but you getting some gems in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You getting some gems. And of course, the traditional. This another joint.
Oh yeah.
And I got this for women though right now, but I get them in men's. So it don't.
Yeah, I got the men's one on right
D
now.
got his.
Yeah, he got the men's T-shirt on.
In the little box.
So hats included. Any kind of hat, trucker hat. I'm actually getting a bucket hat made right now, which it should be here in about maybe another week.
Oh, that's so dope. You always keep it fresh like that. I mean, I like I don't know, like probably the Letterman jacket. I jocked that bitch the hardest. Probably that motherfucker. So fucking deluxe, man. That one is my shit. Cause I told him before, I use Thieveland when I go out of town. I gotta wear Thieveland, and I'm always gonna rep Cleveland. Especially I go see my son up in Detroit, up around Ann Arbor area all the time, and I always got the Hustler for Life on. And then when I'm around the skateboard community too, they be digging on that because I don't know. They always, I think they like to play on the NFL type shit, and they be flowing with it real hard.
Speaking of Thieveland, like it wouldn't be a Hustler for Life if it never was Thieveland. So I gotta give you your flowers. I gotta give you the whole crew flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because if it hadn't have been y'all, it wouldn't be no Hustler for Life.
That is so.
So you know, a lot of my inspiration came from Thieveland. And you know, it's so crazy. I wish I had that name. Like, that's the hardest name to call Cleveland, which is like a counterpart to Crooklyn or Brooklyn.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's our version of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So,
I appreciate that, and I'm gonna be honest. I am full disclosure.
And the mentality is intact of the name. The mentality of most Cleveland motherfuckers is intact with the name of your company, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I can break that down to sports championship. The only way we getting that bitch, we gotta steal that bitch. And if you ain't got that attitude like that, you probably not fucking around. But shout out to Saino, founder, been holding it down with Thieveland. So it's me and Saino, and I run everything by him a lot of times. Because in full disclosure, my man did title a fucking burner ass fucking.
See, I thought we was gonna say that for the music.
We is saving, but I'm just saying how much he do like Thieveland.
Yeah,
he really is. This ain't no cap at all. He ain't even blowing sunshine at all. Because if you knew him like growing up, it's so funny because D was calling him by his old school name earlier when he was like, listen, he been putting it down for a long ass time. And I respect his opinion. And like, it's another thing about being even in having your brand like being for over 6 years is the start of being a Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola will tell you in the branding book that you at least got to be around for 6 years before you in the background of the society. Right. And you've been grinding that long, same logo, same putting it out, good discipline to the game, great ass business principles, and laying it down for so long that when you say all of that to me, I'm just so thankful because like your style and the way you carry yourself also is when you can't say Hustler for Life better than what you do. You really put it down and being true to yourself through thick and thin. Listen, he could be. I told you earlier. We was talking earlier. I was like, man, love him to death, but I would never want to negotiate with his ass. I'm like, for real, bro. This is the dude that President Trump should hire this nigga to do any negotiating. You think I'm fucking playing?
Funny.
It's a couple niggas. You Sparks is a brick wall, man. I ain't fucking that. It's a brick wall. I'm save myself the stress once I hear it. It's either go, no go, and that's pretty.
I mean, I'm blessed, man, because to be honest, man, I started this company in 2000, bro.
No shit.
In 2000, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I did that logo, and then one of my other T-shirts, Days did my first T-shirt without my logo on it. He did my first design. Shout out to Days One. Shout out to Red Lion.
Yeah,
Tattoo.
Red Lion. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get to
that was the one with the state of Ohio.
Yeah, with
I had that on
all the streets and shit on it.
I had that on a couple.
That was Days. That was my
ago.
first time doing business with Days.
Okay.
And meeting him as far as on that aspect, because I knew him as like a hip hop artist.
Right.
You know
Because he was in the Funkian tribe back then. When they say they was out in the streets rapping, they was.
But I mean, I'm just blessed to last through the eras. I mean, look at the eras of fashion from the last 25 years to still be relevant. It's a blessing, because I mean,
it is.
I mean, when I started, niggas was wearing FUBU, wearing Dada, wearing Echo, Mecca, Rockaware, State Property, all that shit.
Yeah.
So to stand the test of time is well appreciated and blessed.
Man,
I mean, that's just thanks to the support to the people
well,
out there.
it is true, and I'm just gonna like speak it right over you and manifest it in. You're gonna pop like in Germany when them Robbie Man CDs and your records start selling overseas, and you just get a niche market because that's what we turn it into. And everybody don't want the brand name shit. You're gonna get popular and you're gonna get your dues. It's gonna come for all of us really because we've been putting it in, and then I know the hard work and sacrifice. Nobody can go back. Here's what nobody knew startup and AI can do. They can't go get that history you laid down. And when I say you've been putting it down, listen, these old school shirts he talking about, like we savor those joints. We savor those joints. Just like I kept this patch from a gargantuan time ago.
I say that,
but
that patch got to be about maybe 13, 14 years old.
Yeah. And I've been
at least that one right there, yeah.
Yeah, I gatekeep that because I wanted, I don't know, it was just like they was just so fly, and it was really like, I don't know why. I think when he first broke out this right here, the NFL was kind of hot, and that logo was all over the place, and he just like so jumped on that back right there, and he sprungboard that shit like right there. You hit the ground running so fucking hard too. I was like, oh shit, this shit's killing. I'm all the way in country ass Worcester at the time, and I was a regular purchaser of his shirts that sold to a demographic that didn't really know the street life. But that shit was fly to them, and that's when I knew, like, this nigga hitting in Worcester, that was bugging me out.
And then, too, the thing, too, like, about the company is, like, I always say the motto when I first started the company, it was, whether it's legal or illegal, it's a hustle. Yeah. So when I say that means it reach all different walks of people because that don't mean, because it's a difference between a drug dealer and a hustler because the drugs sell themselves. You just the person behind it pushing it. That's why they call it pusher. Right. But when you a hustler, you can sell everything. I can sell an umbrella in the sunshine.
You know what I'm saying?
Fire
you already know.
To a motherfucking penguin.
You know my favorite one. I be selling water to the whales and the Bible to the devil. I got you.
Yo, let me jump in real fast.
Yeah.
What made his brand hot, he would rap.
Oh yeah.
A dope ass rapper. So he had his mixtapes going with the shirts.
Yeah.
So nigga get a shirt, he gonna want the CD or vice versa. I mean,
because you can't I looked at it like this. Either way, you not about to fucking deny me. Okay, you don't like the music, but guess what? You gonna wear my shit.
Right.
And then if you gonna like my shit, you gonna listen to my music. Yeah. And it's great if it's both.
Yeah. And at one time, it might have been, and I got this sack of funk over here.
I ain't want to say all that, but
he got you like, like it could have been fresh fruit off of that joint, but if it was fresh and quality, I like that about you, and I know that part about that. I know we was talking earlier, and I'll be wanting to like historically, like. I tell you before, like me and D probably we just a little senior to you, but in your peer group. And I was wondering, like back in the day, like if it was like some hip hop memory that you could a memory of Cleveland hip hop that
I know what he gonna say. I know what he gonna say. But go ahead, though.
Is me as an artist or just me?
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it because this is gonna tease us into our next session. Because we talking about just the clothing line. We kind of stuck over here in the clothing line a little bit, but I almost want to tease this next segment out.
Oberlin.
All right, so
Oberlin.
Well, see, Oberlin is. Yeah, but we can do it the next segment about the Oberlin.
Oh.
But my most, like, I feel like one of my most, because I got a lot of them, but one of my most memorable moments, like, as a performing artist, is when I performed with Jahi, when KRS-One was in town.
Oh.
And it was at the Agora.
That's my show, bro.
And So I went on perform. I wouldn't even schedule to perform. I just went out there and did my thing, and Karis One came out to watch my set.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because he's one of my major influences in me being a lyricist.
Man.
And for him to go watch my set, and usually the headliner don't go out there and watch the opening niggas.
That's so dope because that's under the tree, folks. And once again, I hate to tell you, that was our show. That was the last
I wish it
time.
was Instagram and all that shit.
Yeah, we was
like,
free. We was
this
free
nigga
all
on the
that
side
shit.
of the stage.
Yeah. And Dave's one actually, who was one of the first logos with him. Y'all was like young then. Now you dating yourself too. Because Dave's was spray painting live on stage with KRS-One later. And Chris just was really appreciating the artistry. Jaheed at the time came on. That's true, because it was at the Gore. And historically, here's a hip hop fact. That was the first time KRS-One had been back to Cleveland after they performed here on a Sunday back in the day. The next Wednesday, Skylar Rock got shot. So yes.
Oh, you saying that was the last time he been?
And when he did the Gore was the last time that was from that time. That was the first time he back, and you was on that show. That was submit. I told him, I was like, you know, the last time you was in Cleveland, it was the weekend before Skylar Rock got shot. I'll never forget it in my life.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that because we was at the music hall, man. That shit was. KRS-One was the shit. The original. Dang. Jesus,
it's wild. Like, you know, and these are stories that soon that I'm probably I ain't gonna tell everything, but I'm trying to write a book. So, but I got a couple gems that is like memorable for me. I mean, you know, when you perform in front of the people you was listening to,
that's crazy. Yeah.
And then when they see you do your thing, and then they give you props. Rest in peace to Sean Price, because I remember when they brought the boot camp clip to Agora again. I walk in.
That was his show. That was his show.
And that was your show too?
Yes, sir.
Bro. Man, I rocked out on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And their whole crew was like shouting me out, and I'm inspired by them.
Yeah.
Especially Sean Price. He like, man, you.
Yeah.
I mean, inside it made me feel good. And let me know that, nigga, I can really do this shit. I can play at my skill level is on the same people, my peers, that I'm listening to.
And just a little interjection here. We was under the tree. We was underground.
Yeah.
To make it in that market where he was talking about, like, if y'all want to know, that's where the true school operated. You had to have lyrical talent. It was burners on the stage.
But the funny shit about it, if the world really knew, Under the Tree Promotions was Bad Boy before Bad Boy Records.
Oh my God, that's so
that promotion game was because them was the first niggas I seen with the picket signs, the posters, the stickers. That was Bad Boy promotion before Bad Boy existed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all was the first ones that I ever seen do that.
Can we just shout out the one and only Abdul Salam, Valiant Mason, and good luck this weekend to our big bro, our little bro, going up and fighting on co-main event this weekend. On the 7th, tap in. It's a bunch of listen party. If you really about it, it's only about a 7-8 hour drive straight down to the venue and tap in and go see the young brother do his thing. One of the greatest marketers of all time. We was talking about it right now. When you think about Val and what he did with his boys, and to be in boxing. And take 5 boys, market 5 boys. That's just crazy. 5 boys. You can't paint this picture. Nobody said, yeah, that's a good idea. Ain't nobody said that with what he doing right now. Oh, yeah, let me take 5 boys. They Muslim, too. And let me just keep my Muslim faith together. And this man, he was serious about life and raising them.
You know, he came a long way. Because I don't want to, like, I would leave that for him to tell his story.
Because let me tell you.
But believe me, he came a long way, like, you know, to be to where he at right now. So shout out to him once again, bro.
Without a doubt, when I say that's my partner who, when we was like in a car so many long times, and then to hear like some of your favorite moments, and I didn't listen. It's not even staged or nothing. When he said Boot Camp Click and KRS-One, see, D know that at that time D was like our reggae DJ at raves all of the fucking time.
Right.
D-Selecta, the tech record, used to play shit. I ain't never did a rave inside of Cleveland or shit. How many raves I did without you, D? Like I don't really.
Bunch of them.
Yeah, we did a lot. So he was even getting a name like playing Dub, and it's crazy. The white kids used to love his fucking ass like so crazy, and that's why he was at those sets. So you being at KRS-One is like, with Jahi is crazy, and then the Boot Camp Click, bro, that's like.
But you know the funny thing is, all my influences, it all started in house. Like y'all gave me the influence to start this clothing line, right?
That's so.
And D and Wreckroom Studios and Under the Tree gave me that was the influence for me to be the artist that I am. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm just not the size.
If niggas don't know, Recognize Room, Wreckroom. I'm sorry, my fault. Wreckroom Studios and Under the Tree is like the staples of hip hop. If you from that era, it was a big staple, which it need to be documented and put on motherfucking series, like really. So
man, appreciate
it was
that.
to the point where, like, when I didn't like him at first, and it was the pettiest.
I'm gonna tell you the story, Will. I got the story.
Let's go.
Hey, you want to tell it?
I'm gonna start it. I know you're gonna interject on it though.
You and D wasn't getting along.
But it was the pettiest shit.
I didn't know him really.
You didn't know
I
me.
didn't know him.
But you was with him though.
I was a young
Hold
nigga.
up, hold
Go
up,
ahead,
hold
go
up.
ahead, D.
I ain't know. I gotta put. Hey, hold up one sec, man.
You going big on us?
My camera ain't right though. It's got the flicker on
Okay,
it, man.
just turn your head this way and we can see
No.
you.
Hold up, hold tight, man. See if I can get this one going.
This shit is good, bro.
Okay, I ain't even got to be in there, but
Yeah, just look right in that one.
no, I'm good with this one.
Okay.
We good. You know, at the time I had Jahi on my label,
Yeah.
so I sent Ja to the studio to record this song. He brung it back. He was Sean Rock at the time. He was a young guy, young as fuck. Spit a whack ass freestyle at the end of his shit.
Why
And-
you call it what?
And it was whack. I cut it. I cut the verse off
See, that ain't the story I was about to say.
and replaced it. Oh, that wasn't what you were about to say? Oh.
No, you gotta finish it because now you done already said a whack.
Hey, I'm still searching for the DAT tape though, yo.
Ooh.
Because you know I got the hella DAT, so I'm gonna come across it and play it for you, and you're gonna be like, "No, I wasn't ready." No, it wasn't whack. It was just it was like you could tell he was like a freestyle nigga, and we was doing songs, and he was just was spitting.
Now I will say, like, I learned song structure.
That's all it was.
And then it go back full circle. It's crazy because song structure and how to do hooks, I learned that shit from Lalo.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Hold up, Sean. I ain't finished, but hold up. But
go ahead.
if I wouldn't have cut your verse, you wouldn't be how you is now, though.
I mean, I appreciate that.
I made you work hard, nigga. You can't say that.
And
And you dope as fuck now. I can't deny you.
You gotta have niggas to tell you the fucking truth.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
motherfucking yes men. Man.
Yeah. That's and listen, and I'm fucking brutal. He'll know. Getting on the Under the Tree stage, it wasn't just me you had to go through. Val too.
Yeah.
And he was equally as opinionated, if not more, about having dope ass talent on that bitch. Just hands down. And let me tell you, just recently, I'm talking about in the last few months, my man breezed by the Red Lion, and it was a band over there warming up, man. And like the true superstar that he is, listen, it was another sucker that came on before you, and like I'm like, this motherfucker, sucker ass nigga ain't a fucking master of his craft yet. You know what I mean? Like this nigga. Let me tell you about my man Ray Stokes, bro. With a band. Never no rehearsal. Keep that beat right there. Let me get it right there. Commanded the band and nigga killed that bitch. I've been telling him a long time. Like I done been to a few of his performances. Him rocking with a band. It ain't a lot of people that could do that. And that was a Lalo trait that was crazy too, that he really don't do enough. Him with Forecast back in the day was like sick when we was at Peabody's. When him and Rock, that's when we telling y'all that Lalo was the best in Cleveland, cause it was an open stage that if a nigga wanted to jump up there and battle him, he was there every fucking Wednesday for your ass. And that's coming out of that shit and raising up in that and seeing where you at now. When I say I like when the professionals be rapping. I don't like when the kids.
All right, Will, I got to cut you off again, bro. Yeah. I want to hear what story he about to say, because he said it was a different story. So
the crazy shit, it's the most, like, all right, so me and my partner Ed, shout out to Eddie Hands, you know what I'm saying? We was just upcoming, just starting to rap. We was just niggas.
Backyard Network.
Yeah, Backyard Network. And we was just niggas that was just battle rappers, and, you know, we could just rhyme, but we didn't really have no structure or whatever. But we always thought we was good enough to be on the label. Yeah. So we networking, going to these motherfucking shows, and then I see recognized, you know, Wreckroom. I don't keep saying Wreck. I'm sorry.
It was recognized at the time.
Okay.
Recognized Records.
Yeah. So I'm seeing them niggas moving around with the banners and moving under the tree. So they look larger than life.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying. And then me and my mans, we ain't doing none of that shit. They got their own records, all this shit. So I used to be like, man, I don't like these niggas, man. Cause then, you know, sometimes when I perform and then, you know, some of them people over there I felt like I was arrogant, a young arrogant nigga. And them niggas don't like my shit. That they wouldn't want me to sign it. They wouldn't want me to sign with them or whatever. So it was like petty because they had their shit together. And I didn't even have a plan. Me and my dude didn't have a plan, you know what I'm saying? But to see that unification with both of those crews was amazing, and that's what was an influence too, and it was just a pet, and I ain't even know D. I was like, man, y'all had y'all shit together.
But look at us now, we rock. We've been rocking since like
family
the
now.
longest.
Family now,
and true to his personality, you know, at some time you was manifesting so hard like that people would take that the wrong way. It wasn't really like. I think some people mistake your confidence maybe sometimes for cockiness, especially back in the day, because you would be so determined. Like Sparks, he could be polarized. Some people fuck with him, but it's a bunch of people that might not fuck with that type of person. And some people like, cuz you strong alpha, like, listen, I'm gonna get this done. It's like, listen.
And it's so crazy.
He cussed me out on the phone earlier, bro.
Today?
Yes, man.
It's so crazy.
He said today.
It was more on the early side.
But look, truth be told, I'm really like a laid back cat for real.
Oh man, situation, bro. We now both.
But when it comes to me performing or going hard on this promotion shit or the clothing line and shit, then that's when I turn it up. But
yeah, I got one.
I'm really laid back. But then if it's time for me to get on that stage, then it's I'm a different monster. You know what I'm saying?
And this is mature, mellowed out you, because the cock weasel through the true school era hip hop, bro, your days one your running mate back then. Y'all was wild childs, man. Y'all was like that other generation after the Emancipation Proclamation niggas started that first generation of hip hop niggas got knocked niggas out. Then y'all wild ass. Right behind that is fucking the Energizer Bunny with so much fucking energy, broke loose. I love it, bro.
I mean,
not taking, like, being an individual and having your own style is such a Cleveland thing, and I give you all the props. Like, can't nobody on this damn city or nowhere on this planet say that they Ray Stokes. Like, it's like when I say unique, one of a kind type nigga, that's like really. And that's a huge ass compliment. I mean, like, I don't think nobody can't even imitate you, bro.
I mean, I appreciate it, man. But you know, it go to shout out to, you know, the people I was around, like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Ink Spillers.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? You know,
damn.
That was like our version of Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Around them times, and everybody just kept each other sharp. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So
Cypress was crazy back then.
I wouldn't be the artist I was.
Yeah.
That I
Shout out to AP them and what was
you got AP, you got Lalo.
Yeah. Riley Van them. Yeah.
Big Droop, Obi-Wan, you know, Stay Money. I mean, my nigga Raju. I mean, you know.
In ciphers, like going hard over weed, but we were smoking Philly blunts back then, and niggas used to be like rhyming for fucking battle rapping what they doing on TV. That shit used to just happen on our way somewhere, and it just be two niggas just rapping against each other. That just was like the state of hip hop. And when they was really about that life, that shit used to just happen, man. Y'all was like really, but then it shows right now when a dude don't know song structure, when a dude ain't got one in his back pocket and you got an opportunity to rock. Like, that's what I like about, like, man, like, I know we got a clip of that somewhere. It might be on the 4030 studio when you busted on over there at we was in that little tiny shop and the band was in there practicing.
Yeah.
I know it's a clip. I'm going to try to send a link up to this when we get that on so y'all can see, like, listen, when I say I like the pros when they do it, professional, shit rock, hook, never seen the band before, commanded the band was thorough too. They knew where the hook and the break was, but he was just but then him being in the pocket knew he was in the. The other thing about that, he jumped in the pocket like immediately, and that don't happen with a lot of artists with bands neither though. Like,
I remember, I'm gonna tell you something that you said to me that put fire under me too.
That's crazy.
I remember when I told you that I wanted to call my project Thieveland Nights.
Yeah.
And you told me like, man, that shit, if you gonna do that shit gotta be hot. And you only maybe heard one or two songs and you say, yeah, that's hot, but this ain't no Illmatic. So I said, okay. Because in my mind, Thieveland Nights is my version of imagine Illmatic and Reasonable Doubt rolled up in one. You know what I'm saying? So I say, all right, well, let me go ahead and work on these joints, which is still coming soon. But my problem is I got an issue with just hoarding music and I'm a perfectionist. I got the Dr. Dre effect. You know what I'm saying? But
I got about 2 albums over here on him.
Y'all hear what I'm saying? When and I'm gonna tell you what that's like into, big bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like artists that create visual art and paint, they never get through with some shit. They don't think they last shit is their greatest shit. They think they next shit is their greatest shit. If I could hijack your catalog, I would put that shit out, y'all. Dia tell you right now, me and Dia sit back here and pick a Hot 12 and push his ass the fuck out the way and put that album out. But I know what it is. It's like, cause I'll tell you what to analyze you a little bit, I would say it's cause you a student of the game. And when you're a student of the game, you don't graduate. So you add in your life experience on a day-to-day basis. What you painted yesterday is a little bit better because you got a little bit more wisdom, and you drop that shit on there. And I respect that too. Another thing I'm gonna tell you is, goddamn, you can't keep doing that because you ain't gonna put this shit out.
You're right.
Here's what Rick Rubin said: you make the music, and it's up to the people. You just get it to the fucking doorstep of whoever gonna like it. You did your part. You gave me 110, right?
Yeah.
It's up to each individual to like it like that.
That's why I made sure when I did that show, that last show I did, that whole concept was Thieveland Nights.
Yeah.
So I had to, I'm like, this nigga said this is Illmatic shit? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get this nigga at my show.
Yeah.
To see how this nigga run through this motherfucking project like a fucking movie. It's a fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? So I need to put it out.
I will say that in that, the other movie for a while I used to think was Chip the Ripper with the actual mixtape, the Cleveland show. Because he did have that one like track, like My Life is Like a Movie, and it kind of had an old school where it had a flow all the way through back when dudes was putting little skits in they shit and rolling like an Illmatic. You put the tape in and you played that bitch the whole way through. Illmatic was like an hour long, whatever the CD tape. We listened to it back and forth all the way through, and that's how I used to set my clock by that damn tape and shit like that. So it's a high ass standard. And Thieveland is a brand that it is with Sano, and like if you said Thieveland SB nights, I could probably God bless that all like that. But it's no disrespect. But then like you rocking with a band, shit, I'll put that damn live thing out like any damn way. And there's some shit coming though. Don't get me wrong, man. Me and the comedians and a couple people, I think we're gonna do some spoken word and put something out. For sure. Oh, this it right here, yo. Is you?
This something I was on.
Oh shit.
Shout out to Cedar Side Moan.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
was just saying if I can get this to work.
Bro.
Yeah, he got it to work.
I'm not
That's
sure.
how he be high as shit. So don't blame it on D all of the time. But that was just a little bit. Well, that's when we got to come back and really discuss like some parts of the hip hop, and especially where you live, which I would say is the underground in Cleveland.
Right.
We wasn't over there at, shout out to Red Zone and Stefano. It used to be almost the New Jack Swing type niggas hanging out in this bitch, and it used to be us backpack niggas down in the street going to see it. More like the Wu-Tang, just a different breed. And then to live in that marketplace back there is just crazy thinking about it historically also. And some of your music accolades I really can't wait to get into though. And then where can people find you, and what's your next events you got coming up? Like drop your social media stuff on everybody. This is gonna be part one. I'm telling you, we got to come back. This ain't nothing but a scratch of the surface and barely an introductory to Hustle for Life. Barely. And I mean barely, because we could go historic a lot deeper, but I know we got some time restraints. But where can people find you at on all of this stuff?
All right, on Instagram, I'm Hustler for Life International, all one word. And then my other page is Ray Stokes on Instagram. And then I'm on Facebook as Ray Stokes. And Facebook is Ray Sean Jackson. So you can find me on those platforms. And I'm on TikTok, Hustler for Life too also. And right now, I'm just, I'm in the lab cooking with new designs for the fashion stuff and getting ready for the summer, fall right now. So right now, that's what I'm doing, just cooking on that. And then at the same time, cooking up some more of this music, which I gotta just stop and just put this shit out. I just, that's something I gotta, deal with as an artist. But you know what I'm saying? I just need to just put the final finishing touches on the Thieveland Nights project. But other than that, though, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Dates will be later told, you know what I'm saying, right now.
Yeah.
But right now, niggas just in the lab, just perfecting the clothing line and the music right now.
Well, I know we got on August 9th, we got the 4030 Art Fest going on St. Clair. We're going to get the block St. Clair off. Right. So I definitely want to do a collab shirt with you for that event, and definitely get you a booth over there. So I know it'll be available on August 9th on St. Clair.
Okay.
We got the whole street blocked off.
Right.
It's about to be the biggest we ever did. First people I know getting the block off St. Clair for a festival. So I'm real excited.
Shout out to you
with the
for that.
Brown Hoist Days One, Adam, definitely Thieveland. Getting that, it's a big act, so I can't wait. I know you'll be able to see his merch over there, but I think before that event, we should have you back on when we got some time, so we can just go back into just the historical context of you as a recording artist and coming up through Cleveland in that, navigating through that field, all of that stuff that you're talking about, to getting on the stage, because that wasn't easy to do. And to get on our stage, you was sneaky Bobo, and to get some time with D and Jaheed, who was coming out, who definitely had success. Shout out to Jaheed, did a lot of shit with Public Enemy, and just really had a good career. He went overseas, right, and did a good damage, but that was how competitive that shit was.
Right.
Then. And at some of the dope ass underground sets, those was two of the classics
Right.
Shit, we had ducked down right up in this bitch like before, way ahead of the curve.
I still got video footage of that.
No shit.
Definitely.
No, man, I gotta see that shit, D. I don't get to see under the tree shit.
I remember.
I was on the stage.
I remember I used to do. I want to say every Wednesday, Club Hennessy.
Oh,
that was Abdul Salam, me and him.
Yeah.
And Bees was hosting it.
That was a whole movie right there. Like that experience was a movie alone, and it's like it's not even no venues like that for hip hop. It's in this city at least right now. You know what I'm saying?
It was nothing like that.
It was, and it's nothing after it because they don't do it no more. It don't even exist no more.
And we had the RZA in there. I'll tell you what was a downfall. After we had the Wu-Tang niggas in there, it was 93 at the time.
I remember
they was
that.
Like, how the fuck these niggas bringing, these niggas in here without us knowing?
That was Killer Bees stuff.
Yeah, it was Killer Army.
Killer Army.
It was Killer because Damon X at the time.
Yeah.
He was a promo guy, and he brought him through the club and shit.
You all the way back into it, man. That's so crazy. I tell you something crazy. When you say Damon X, at one time Under the Tree had sponsored college radio like almost 24 hours a day. If you followed this piece of paper we had, we underwrote radio stations all the way through. We had we sponsored every hip hop and reggae show. We had Under the Tree radio card. We was slick getting that shit off back in the day, though. That shit was and saying Damon X and that shit like that. That's what you in that era, because you had to get through Mecca Sunshine and really get on the radio.
Shout out to Mecca.
Yeah, right. Shout out to her. She basically was like. She basically was one of them DJs that took a chance on our music, us being in the radio show, because sometimes we used to rhyme on the radio show or our music get played. So shout out to her for just giving us the outlet to put this out. You know what I'm saying? So
J. Cool just did. Shout out to J. Cool and the 216 Legends too.
Shout out to him.
He did just put her on there because, that's one of them things that at one time we were listening to Mecca just as much as we were listening to Lady Skill.
No doubt.
And you know what I'm saying?
No
People
doubt.
not from Cleveland, that was the made commercial radio station compared to the college radio station. Yeah. She only had a block in between some probably Jewish bar mitzvah bullshit. But niggas turned into that shit when she was on the radio at night because she was dropping real hip-hop. She got good interviews with people. It was a different life then. Niggas used to have to do in-stores and shit like that. Yeah.
And then you can't forget Slope had that show.
Black Star Line. The Black Star Line is the shit.
That was like one of my favorite. That was like the hottest college radio show.
Without a doubt. We definitely
I got the whole the last day he had his show. Yeah. I got the whole video footage of that night.
We used to underwrite that shit. He made one of my favorite mixtapes. The Black Star Line one mixtape that he made was fucking such a classic underground take. Yeah, Slope was the shit. I mean, that was a whole marketplace because you got to think, we pre-internet.
Right.
Niggas is tuned into the radio, and once we give in the little hippie community, so that's who was really getting off at it. So we go over to like Coventry and say, oh, you can listen to our radio station all week, and then Val, being so wild, will be calling in. We would start getting cell phones. So every radio station he'll be calling in hey, that shit was so jokey funny. So he would be making every show funny, and we'll be making skits and shit. Right. But Val was just really off the hook.
It was a time I wanted him to manage. I wanted to manage me and my brother, our group. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
But then by that time he was over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When he went living the life of Islam, he was a different dude all the way. Different. I mean, I ain't gonna say that all the way, cause it was a time.
I would say he the same.
Yeah.
The same mentality.
Oh yeah.
Cause he's put the same kind of hustle and promotion into his sons.
Oh yeah.
Like he used to do in the promotion game and shit. Yeah. So it's like the same shit. He just flipping it in a whole, different area.
I would agree. And like I said, Good luck this weekend. Who got that? This nigga doing like some LeBron James type shit, to be honest with you, but with a couple more kids. I mean, when you like move people onto a national stage, we talking about you market your child's skills to the place where he have it, where he's fighting on a major card from Cleveland, Ohio. This is my boy that we rode around. I know my man real good. Coming from where he come from, and to get that success. And not only that, the real testament to me that always make me want to cry all the time because he a hell of a fucking dad. Oh, no, and this shit when people ain't taking care of brown men, ain't taking care of their daddies or whatever. Man, I'm over here like we to the good, like 3 or 4 if we putting him up. You know what I mean? He's grading our curve up as daddyhood right up in that shit, like raising boys to be men. Come on, cut the fucking games out here, bro. I just know it's so enjoyable. Just a fan with it. When I see that nigga on TV sometime, I just cry. It's like crazy. Cool shit. Yeah, but that is. But man, I appreciate, man, when we gonna get back together. You tell me when you got the availability, cause I want to get you back on and finish back. So, like I said, we got so much history because just sitting here and us knowing some of them wild stories and being around in that era when you was putting that down, it ain't a whole lot of niggas but me and this nigga telling you, if he said you was on the stage at these fucking things, and I knew it was the show because I threw the fucking show. I booked the fucking contract to the motherfucker. It was ain't no doubt about it. And you on those two. Just historically, if you don't know, Jaheed, it was real. It was KRS-One. It was at the Gore. I don't want to tell the whole damn year, but I think that was the day that the hip hop conference was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Bro, it was the same weekend.
Hey, I got the laminate. I got the laminate sitting on the wall.
He got the laminate sitting over the wall.
It was
the hip hop. It was Cleveland was popping. But the real set, and shout out to Sano, I don't know, Santini was doing her work. I ain't gonna say how I feel. Like at the time, I ain't appreciated none of that. Now, it ain't easy doing anything in Cleveland. It ain't goddamn way. So if you did anything around this, you did good. But I didn't like that. But for you to be on that stage in that weekend, historically, you got seen by some G's. It wasn't just KRS-One on the side of the stage looking at you. The balcony and the side stages had superstars on both sides so that the who's who was in hip-hop up in that bitch, too. Another thing, the president of Sony was standing next to me behind the stage the whole time. And I had to run around with a chicken with I'll be like right back. I'd put out another fire and then fuck around, get back to him. So it was some crazy-ass big wigs on the side of the stage. Especially when you went up there, man. That's crazy.
See, we gonna talk about that the next time. You know, like some of these near industry situations, or me rubbing elbows in the industry with some of your favorite rappers.
Yeah,
some of your favorite rappers. I've been around some of your favorite rappers. Believe me.
Yeah.
Stories behind it and all that. So we gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
talk about that.
That is so cool. I mean, we probably gonna take a little break here and then pop back in. But D, if you cue us up a little bit, man, we're gonna take a break right now and pick this back up in the next one. My man Ray Stokes. When I say look him up on all those platforms. OG been in the game, thorough with that. Hey, listen. Hit him up for consultation too. Don't just try to you know what I'm saying? Listen, he'll consult with you. Hit his pocketbook because he's fucking right. Give him a couple nickels and shit.
Teach you how to not fuck up. Listen, I fucked up a lot.
Listen, we talked about that. Some people be like, "Oh, you smart." Like, no, we just like fucking learn from our mistakes, like real good.
Yeah.
And maybe had the ability to get back up. That might be one of the best things. Is just not quitting at it and keep going. And he personified that because, he just keep going. It's not easy. We are in a different market. Around the world, y'all don't know, this is Haterville. This is absolute Haterville. Yeah. Everybody like shit around here. to be around for years and years here. Wreckroom Studio, Hustle for Life, Thieveland, to be around, like, it is hard. It's not that easy because people quit. You get talked about bad, and you gotta keep going. Yeah. So I give you flowers, man, my man. I can't wait till the next time to get this right, man. My man D, shout out to, what kind of music you gonna take us out with, man? I think you got something queued up for us down. And I'm gonna send those links in. If I could find that tiny shop, I'm definitely gonna have it down in the description. In the
and
thing.
then I could send you a clip of that show, at least a clip of that show that I did when you came to see me.
Up at the Heights.
In the Heights.
Oh
man.
Yeah, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I sent it to D because he the one that got to deal with that shit anyway, as far as the engineering shit. So
yeah, he did.
I'm gonna send it to D then.
Yeah, cause we that is when he really like rocked like a lounge set that was like, that shit good. But I still love, listen, him with the band, next level, bro. Like, you just like stepped in that bitch. Listen, that shit felt like a glove, man. Your ass would have got the glove fit.
I want one of my next shows to be with
Yeah, I've been told that. We'll talk because I want you to be like that, man.
Hey, well, thanks for having me,
man.
Bro.
Thank you, my man. Without a doubt, man.
I can get up.
Yeah, you good.
All right. I ain't want to get up all on the camera.
Nah, you good. He got the logo up. You should.
Yeah, give me a shirt like that with the city inside the words. I want a T-shirt like that, a size medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
What color?
I start off with black.
That's hard.
Black and army green.
All right.
Yeah, Stoke about to come in on the next verse and shit.
Slope?
I said Stoke.
Oh.
This my nigga Cedar side right there.
Okay.
Here come the Stoke.
Oh, yeah. I ain't heard this shit in so long.
Niggas ain't caught up to the shit I even thought of. Life and charisma is there. I need a cheddar, hit the boot flow hotter than the pyramid weather. Builder and destroyer, healer or enforcer. Won't spark the war till 100 on the lawyer. You can ask me, y'all birds to a nigga shoot the beats off when I hit a church from you niggas no killer. When I'm pushed like a bitch phone, send phone like make a pit form.
You like me smelling my weed.
Like supposed to. Up early breakfast, I was in the bushes toast you. I had to waste 7 bars on the haters. Back to me talking about the greatest. Moi. And now I'm not good with the French, but I'm good with revenge when I'm putting on the trench. Niggas talk gangsta, the guns come out. Then that thug shit leave, then that bitch come out. Upper lip started quiver, then the shit come out. A ball on a slap till the bitch come out. Leave that boy alone, cause the pay be after. Stuff the soul out your ass till a nigga get ass. When you not big, ready to die, get not patient. Let the blade slide in your neck like ice skating.
Damn.
Lord forgive me, I'm a bit obnoxious. Can't help it, I'm from the swamp and it made me to a Loch Ness. Hungry like a nigga from Somalia. Don't ask me no stupid shit like why I'm not smiling. Or why the guns and drugs is trapped in a lining. Or why I ain't got no job instead of grinding. Don't ask why these niggas smile in my face. But really ain't no love in their heart in the first place. I don't paint dreams, I paint reality. I'm just a nigga that's concerned about a salary.
Damn, send me that. Send me that. I don't even remember that shit. I don't even remember that. Damn. I don't even know that rhyme by heart.
Oh shit. Hey, let me get you right there. Yo, Mike.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
I did see it on. That bitch would have been down the road.
Glad you remember. I forgot I had that motherfucker on. That was shit.
Man, all right, big bro, man. We gonna be back, man. We got some time because we gonna do some Sunday Wreckroom shit too.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all.
Man, nah.
I'll let you know when we can finish the other joint up.
Yeah.
Because honestly,